And Miss Miller?
Yes, I'm here.
I know you are. Please have a seat. 2 seats, whatever. How many seats? There's plenty of seats around. Okay, I'm going to have the secretary do the roll call. Joni? Joni, did you hear Carl ask you to call the roll?
Tony?
So much for making a video. So much for working on.
Joni's microphone is not on.
Okay, one moment, we have some technical difficulties.
Hello, Carl.
Yes, sir?
I'm showing Joni's microphone is not on. This is great.
Okay. Okay, Joni seems to be missing in action for now. I'll do the roll call. Okay?
Are you able to use a keyboard to interact with Joni? Because I keep seeing things here from Donna coming through. I wonder if she's texting her on a keyboard.
Let me find out.
I did send a message to Paul Ray in the chat function.
Are you able to send something to Joni to ask her to put on her microphone if it's been turned off?
I can, but she would hear us even if her microphone is off.
Okay, Russ, please, Russ, I'm trying to start the meeting, thank you. All right, I'm going to do the roll call since we temporarily lost Joni, all right? Saul Goodowitz.
Saul Goodowitz is here.
Carol Rappaport.
Here.
Tom Wolfschlager.
He's here also.
Renee Fortier.
Just went out to lunch.
Russ Gantz.
Yes, sir.
Henry Lepore. Gloria Miller.
Present.
Enrique Gonzalez. Paul Quenville.
Yes, I'm here.
Paul Dorr. Mike Levine. Myra Markowski. Joe Bravo.
Here.
Andy Ingram. Ron Pacello Jr. Irv Crojan is not here. Bill Kirsch.
Here.
Brad Meister.
Here. Nestor.
Nestor, sorry, Brad. Mike Elliott. I think he told me he's not going to make this meeting, okay. Paul Tripodi. Donna Cooperman.
Present.
Saul Schechter is not here. Dawn White.
Here.
Joni Esser Stewart. Okay. Post the mic. And Carl Mack is here. Okay, thank you. Who's that? Oh, and Garino. Mr. Q. Okay, thank you.
I'm here. You do have a quorum.
Yes, we do. Okay, thank you, Garino. Okay, the number present is 1, 2, 3, 4.
13.
There's 15 board members present.
Okay.
Okay. I have an announcement to make. And I see Mr. Saul Schechter is coming down the runway. So we have another member, okay. All right, the announcement I have to make is on July 29th, we have a big show coming up in our Playhouse. The show tickets are $40. Inflation. But if you buy one before July 22nd, you can get 2 for 1, which means you get two tickets for $40 as opposed to 2 tickets for $80. You will see the posters around Hollybrook advertising this show, and I have the tickets on sale in my office. Just come into the administration building and see my secretary, Carol Mazza, and she will direct you towards my office. And if I'm not there, I will get in touch with you with the tickets. Thank you. That's the announcement. Are there any other announcements from the people on the phone or at the board meeting here tonight? Okay, I guess not.
Carl?
Donna?
Carl, it's Donna. I just wanted to remind all the board members to please speak directly into the microphone so that those of us who are just having audio will be able to hear what they have to say.
Okay. They heard you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you, Donna.
Thanks.
Okay, we're going to start new business, and motion A will be presented by Bill Kirshner.
Motion to replace roofs in Mansford at buildings 13, 20, 22, 29, 35, 43, 44, the towers A and B sections. I move to hire Olin Waltrip and Sons Roofing to replace roofs and the Mansford at the buildings 13, 20, 22, 29, 35, 43, 44, towers A and B sections at a cost of $1,098,139. This project will be funded from the proceeds of the additional loan authorized at the June 14, 2017 board meeting, and the roof reserve schedule, which has $250,000 available for expenditure this fiscal year.
Okay, can I have a second on that?
Second.
Okay, Renee, thank you. Back up.
Back up. We have fallen behind on the overall replacements of roofs throughout the property. Notional life cycle management of our roofs requires to re-roof an average of 3 buildings per year. The actual number of roofs replaced have varied greatly since the concentrated repairs following Hurricane Wilma. The large project in 2012-13 got us current at that time when 22 roofs were done. But over the last several years, we have only averaged 1 complete re-roof per year. The industry recognizes life of roofs such as ours is between 18 and 20 years. With the exception of 5 buildings, all our roofs are 12 years or less. However, there are some building specific circumstances which have lessened the life cycle of the several roofs due to improper installation on the part of a contractor utilized in 2009, as well as significant degradation to a small group of roofs which were coated with reflective material under the experimental FP&L program around 2011. This project will allow us to address a variety of miscellaneous roof issues to include the roofs at the end of their life cycles, the buildings with shortened roof life cycles due to the reflective coating, target Mansford repairs, as well as roofs requiring replacements on smaller satellite buildings, excuse me, such as the pools. Our purchasing department has read the bids as follows. Olin Waltrip and Sons, $1,098,139. Southern Certified, $1,255,514. And Paul Bonji? Bange. Roofing, $1,613,664.
Recommendation?
I'm sorry. I recommend, by recommendation by the CEO, I recommend Olin Waltrip and Sons Roofing to re-roof buildings 13, 20, 22, 29, 35, 43, 44, towers A and B sections at a cost of $1,098,139. excuse me, $1,098,139.
Okay, thank you, Bill. All right, we'll have now discussion from the board. Gloria Miller?
Hi, good evening, fellow board members, Mr. President, Mr. Special Treasurer. Anyway, I have a question. I notice it's the least expensive, but that's okay. Sometimes that philosophy works, sometimes it doesn't. When was the last time that they did work and that we know that we're not going to have to redo it?
Okay, we have had work done by Owen Waltrip and Sunroofing before. Paul, can maybe put a date on when they last worked in here?
Waldrop isn't here all the time, their crew. Obviously, we haven't done a full roof in almost a year. Last year, they lost out to one of the other contractors listed here for the big building, but Waldrop has done the last couple pool roofs that we've done. So they have a very long-standing quality relationship with Hollybrook. They just have lost out the last couple times we've bid projects such as this, but they are in here working on our roofs for little leaks repairs all the time. So we have full confidence in their ability to properly do the roof work.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Paul. Bill?
Gloria, if you remember after Wilma, as we were clearing the streets, Waldrop was in here already working on our roofs. They have been here for years and years and years.
I know
They are a
that.
great company.
I know the background, but you know, things change.
Yeah, of course.
We're aware of it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Andy Ingram?
Yes, on the backup here, it says we put some reflective material under an experimental FPL program around 2011. Is there any way we can ask for some money from FPL to help us out, since it was their program with our roofs?
I'll let Paul answer that.
We've investigated that, a modest amount anyway, and they paid the contractor. It was a product that the industry thought they were embracing at the time. It has not panned out. There was no warranty it came with. It's going to protect us at this point, unfortunately. There's not much recourse with FPL. It was one of those ostensible benefits they were offering to communities at no cost to us, and we sort of fell for it at the time.
Okay, thank you, Paul and Andy. Any more discussion on this motion A?
Yeah, it's Henry.
Okay, go ahead, Henry.
This is probably directed to Paul. Paul, of the 9 roofs, there are 3 roofs that are under 10 years or under, and they're done by 2 different contractors. And out of the 3, one contractor did 2, and the other roof was done by a different contractor. Could you tell me why, what caused these roofs not to last the approximately 15 years?
Yeah, Henry, that's what was just discussed. The couple of the roofs, 22 as one example, were among the group of 6 roofs that had the reflective coating that degraded the primary roof surface much faster than they would have otherwise.
Okay, so that 22 had the white painting put on it?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Henry.
Yeah, well, okay, I have one other question.
Go ahead, Henry.
It says, all the roofs and mansards. Does that mean every roof that's going to be done has to also, the mansards have to be done on those buildings?
That's affirmative, Henry. Unlike an extended period of time leading up to last year when we did just the roof surface itself, going forward we were replacing the mansards, which in most cases have never been replaced.
Right, I noticed in the past, we very seldom did a mansard. That's why I'm just asking the question. So my basic question is, on these buildings that we're doing, does each one have to have a mansard? That's all I'm asking.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you answered my question. Thank you.
Is there anybody else on the phone that has any questions about motion A?
Yeah, I have a question. This is Joni. Can you hear me?
Yes, welcome back.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I got disconnected. Okay, my question is, I'm sort of feeling for Jody Barr, who spoke at our last meeting. Is there any way we can prioritize these buildings so that we can take care of the residents who have extreme problems right now? I think she's in building 43, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's correct, and that was one of the buildings that drove this whole process, so that's the one we're likely going to start with.
Okay, great. Yeah, I would like to do that, because she took the time to come, and it's clear she's having a lot of problems.
Okay, thank you, Joni. Anybody else on the phone? Okay, Bill?
Just a technical question. Does the roofing tie into the Mansford? Is that one of the reasons why we're doing the Mansford?
Well, the mansards have been failing over time on the stairwells, and we've had some cave-ins on different sections of the mansards. And the cost for minimal replacement on repairs of those mansards is very costly compared to the cost of replacing the entire mansard at one time when the roof. That's when we're getting the benefit of the costing for replacement of the mansard. So I don't think it's ever been replaced in any of these
you're right.
buildings.
Henry was right.
And from what I saw from the previous two buildings since I've been here, it was the wise thing to do, because underneath the mansard is rotted plywood that eventually, when the water leaks, it gets into the apartments, and that's when we have additional
Much older than those
issues.
tiles, huh?
Yeah, it's a smart decision for what we're paying for them.
Okay, thank you, Mitch. Rainey?
Yes, I live in building 22. If somebody takes a walk up on the third floor, come down the stairwell from the third floor at 301, look above, you're going to see rust spots in the concrete where water seeping through from the roof, through the concrete and dropping on the catwalk. Okay, I hope somebody's going to take care of that very seriously before we start degrading the entire concrete.
I'm not sure we've tracked that as closely as we should, but we will certainly make that part of the process at that building.
Okay, thank you, Rainey. I think I saw someone else's hand, or no? No, okay. Joni, you're still there, right?
I am still here, and I can call the roll now.
Okay, thank you. You know who's here, correct?
I think I do. I heard you guys, you couldn't hear me, but it wasn't because I had muted the way somebody said. That wasn't the problem. But anyway,
Okay.
we're going to vote on the motion, and the motion is to replace the roofs and mansards at buildings 13, 20, 22, 29, 35, 43, 44, towers A and B. So if you vote yes, you're voting to approve that motion, and if you vote no, you're voting against that motion. I'll call the roll now. Sal Goodowitz?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yes?
That's a yes.
Yeah, I got that. Carol Rappaport?
Yes.
Tom Wolfslinger?
Yes.
Tom here?
Yes.
Rainey?
Yes.
Russ?
Yes.
Henry?
Yes.
Gloria? Gloria Miller?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Yes.
Paul Pugh?
Yes.
Bill Bravo?
Yeah.
Bill Kirshner?
Yes.
Brad?
Yes.
Brad?
Yes.
Yes, he did. He voted yes.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Thanks, Donna. Donna?
Yes.
Saul?
Yes.
Saul Schechter?
Yes.
It's a yes.
Thank you, Carl. Dawn?
Yes.
Carl?
Yes?
I vote yes. It's a unanimous vote.
Okay, one second, Jody. Jody, one second.
Oh,
You left out
Okay.
Andy Ingram.
oh, Paul and Andy joined the meeting?
I am
Yes.
here.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know that. Paul, how do you vote?
Yes.
Okay. And Andy, how do you vote?
I vote yes.
Okay, it's still a unanimous vote, but now I think we have 19. I must have missed, I'm sorry, I missed when Paul joined and when Andy joined. Okay, I think that's 19 because we had 17 before. The
Yes,
vote passes.
that's correct.
Okay, that's a unanimous vote then on motion A.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much, Joni.
Thank you, Carl. Thanks for the help, everybody.
You're welcome. Okay, now we're going to go to motion B. Okay, and Director Bill Kirshner will do that motion as well.
I wanted to apologize to the board for me leaving the board meeting last month. Don't like to leave at the circumstances I had. Motion to replace roofs at phases 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 pool buildings. I move to hire Southern Certified to replace the roofs at phases 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 pool buildings at a cost of $76,805 to be funded from the proceeds of the additional loan authorized at the June 14, 2017 board meeting, and the roof reserve schedule, which has $250,000 available for expenditure this fiscal year.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Okay, Saul Schechter seconds it. Back up.
Back up. It has been several years since these pool buildings have been re-roofed, and with the recent rainstorms, it has now become necessary to have the roofs replaced at this time. Our purchasing department has provided bids as follows. Olin Waltrip and Sons, $106,425. Southern Certified, $76,805. Paul Bang, I thought it was Ring, I thought it was an R.
No.
$121,878.
And your recommendation, please?
Recommendation is Southern Certified to re-roof the pool buildings at phases 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 at the cost of $76,805.
Okay, thank you, Bill. All right, I'm going to go to the phones to see if anybody has a discussion on motion B. All
I
right.
guess I'm curious as to when this other company, Waldorf, I'm sorry you guys keep bleeding in and out oddly for me, but has got the bid, the main roofs on those buildings. They were not interested, even with their staff being on premises, incorporating this in a bid and saving money? I'm just a little surprised that they're 25 grand more than the bid that you're going for if they're already on premises and you seem very positive about the work in the past. So I was just wondering if that was part of any discussion, or am I off base or something?
I'm going to turn this over to Paul Ray.
They're sealed bids generated independently by different contractors, so they have no idea as they're putting their bids together how it's going to shake out relative to the other guys. It's a fully a process that's got full integrity, and we did ask them to bid the building separately to allow us to do exactly this and realize the most cost savings. Both contractors have done excellent work for Hollybrook in the recent past, and I think this is an opportunity for Hollybrook to reap the benefit of having had them structure their respective bids the way they did.
Okay, so in your opinion, it doesn't make sense to go to Waldorf and say, this is what our bid is, this is where, beat it, you're already there, let us save some more money?
Russ?
Or you're on the mind having two competent contractors around is much better than one?
All right, let me explain something to you, Russ. When you have sealed bids, obviously their other contractors don't know what the other contractor is bidding, so that is the purpose of a sealed bid. Once that bid is handed in at a certain time, that's final, and then we open the bids.
So in other words, it cannot be incorporated in their they're already getting $1 million for doing stuff. One would, all right, I don't understand the process. I was just, that's why I said it. If I was off base, educate me. I just meant that if they're already there, incorporated in what it's going to cost us, add it to what you're doing, and save us some money. Your crews are already there, rock and roll.
Well, this is Joni interrupting, if I can. I think the other advantage of having two different people doing it is that we might be able to increase the efficiency of having the whole project done before we really get into the dangerous weather situation. It usually happens the end of August and in September. I mean, historically, that's when the storms have hit. So I think it's an advantage to have two different contractors.
All right, yeah, fair enough. I didn't realize we were using all this guy's crews on our roofs. I just took it for granted there were other crews that he had that would have been available to some time, and logistically he'd have the whole job. But I certainly understand why you want two competent bidders, one in the background at all times, absolutely.
Okay, thank you, Russ. I think Paul Ray would like to comment on that.
Yeah, I'd also like to respond to one aspect of Joni's comments and reset everybody's expectation as far as the timeline for this. Given the number of buildings, especially the residential buildings for the contractor from the previous motion, and the timeline we're experiencing with the permit process with the city, the work on these buildings unfortunately is not going to start for quite some time, and this work, once it does start, will run into next year. So this is not going to be done before the height of hurricane season. This is going to be through the fall and into early next year to do 9 buildings, allowing for the permit process to play out.
Okay.
I had no idea. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
So, Paul, the loan itself doesn't come to credence until the actual work is done? We're not actually on the hook for anything before the loan itself is taken out with the interest rate actually locked in at this point?
I don't understand your question, Russ.
If Paul is saying the work is going to take quite a while, until they actually start, I'm just wondering when the loan actually starts.
The loan, I believe, has started immediately, correct, Paul?
I'd actually just received final underwriting approval at Banco Popular today, because we were pressuring them to have us in this position for tonight. But it doesn't happen in incremental stages as the work plays out. Now that it is approved, the entire 1.2 million proceeds of the loan will go into the pre-existing balance, and they're not going to wait and filter it in there incrementally when we get billed by contractors.
So the money that's actually in our account is then being reinvested for the period until it has to come out?
In a way, yes.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
All right. Thank you, Russ. Bill?
Russ?
One second. Bill?
Russ, let me explain one thing that you said about playing one contractor against another. Let me tell you what. Well, you were saying take one bid and try to get the bid lower. If that gets out in the industry that we're doing that, then we won't get people. Russ, let me speak.
That's not what I said. It's not what I said. But let's not argue. But let me just say that's not what I said.
Okay, we're going to move on, Russ.
There you go.
All right. Is anybody else on the phone? One second. Anybody else on the phone have a comment on motion B?
Yes, Dawn would like to ask a question.
Go ahead, Dawn.
Can you please, thank you. Can you please tell me when phase 5 pool was done? Because it is not included on this motion.
That was just done last year.
Phase 5 was done last year, Dawn.
Thank you very much.
That's my phase, Dawn, and I witnessed it being done. Okay, I'm going to go to the board now, the present board.
Yeah, I just going to ask the same repetitious question.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Saul.
Okay, go ahead, Saul.
You're okay.
You got the floor.
Hello. I'm looking at the specifications that we have here, and it says that the backup, Olin Waldorf and Sons is 106,000, Southern Certified is 76,000, and Paul Bangy Roof is 121,000. I have to go back and see when we originally did this job, let me just go back a minute, see if I can find it. Yes, Olin Waldorf, if you remember, we had a problem with our roofs when we had that hurricane in 1991, was it? Anybody remember that?
I think it was 1990.
1990?
2005 was one.
2005.
2005.
2005.
2005.
They were here the next day. The next day they were here patching our roofs and giving us immediate service. Is that correct? If they
That's
remember
correct,
that?
yes, Paul, so
That's my name, Saul.
that's what I said.
Okay.
Sorry.
But we owe, not only do we owe this man a sense of responsibility for what he did for us, but he did a great job. And we're very, very happy to deal with this guy. I know I am. I look at the thing and say, according to the motion B, it's a matter of Southern California, Southern certified at 76,805. And Olin Waldorf is 106. There's not that much difference between these two bids, but we do owe Olin Waldorf some consideration because they helped us in our time of need. So I would certainly vote for this 106 versus the 76. Even though recommended by CEO 76, I will not vote, I will abstain. Thank you.
You're welcome, so that's your prerogative.
May I say something as your treasurer? It's Dawn White.
Yes, go ahead, Dawn.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would just like to mention that we've just passed a motion, A, to give Olin Waldrop $1,098. I do believe that we are giving him certainly a fair amount of business in the next little while, and I appreciate Saul's comment. However, $1,098,000 plus is a pretty good deal. Thank you.
Yes, and $30,000 is not a drop in the bucket.
Right. I don't want to be redundant, but my memory is short these days. The name Southern Certified, that's not the one that I hated.
No, that's the one actually that did 22 roofs in here, is that correct? And they did a fantastic job.
Because there was one that was a slob that left paint, all over.
Right, I don't remember the name of that company, but that's not, it's not Southern.
Just wanted to make
It's
sure.
not Olin Waldrop.
Okay, thank you.
Rainey?
Move the question, please. Thank you.
Okay.
Did Rainey call the question? Is that what I did?
Yes.
I think.
Okay.
All right. I believe we have to vote on that.
Right.
Okay, Jody, you want to do the roll call on that?
Yeah, I do. Can I just ask a quick question? I've been going over my notes. No, not on that. It's on who's present. I just want to know who's present. The way I have it now, Mike Levine is still not present, Enrique isn't present.
Correct.
Myra isn't present, Ron Pacello, Irv Projan, Mike Levine, and Paul Tripodi, correct?
Right, we have
They're all
19.
at- No, that would make it 18. 18 and 7 would equal 25.
You're right, you're correct. 18 members are present.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure before I called this vote. Okay, because we were saying 19 and it wasn't adding up. Okay, the motion has been called, and so if you vote yes, you want to end the discussion on motion B. If you vote no, you want to keep on discussing it. So I'm going to call the roll now. Saul Goodowitz.
Saul Goodowitz, yes.
Yes, okay.
That's a yes.
Carol? Yes. Carol?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Rainey?
Yes.
Russ?
Yes.
Henry?
Yes.
Gloria?
Yes.
Paul Q?
Yes.
Paul Dor?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Bill voted yes. Andy Ingram?
Yes.
Bill? Bill?
Yes.
Brad?
Yes.
Donna?
Yes.
Saul?
Saul? We're gonna, Saul, you want to, that's a yes.
Dawn?
Yes.
Carl?
Yes?
Tony votes yes. Okay, it's a unanimous vote. So now that the question's been called, we're going to vote on the motion, which is motion B. And motion B is, it's been moved and seconded to replace the roofs at the pool buildings. If you vote yes, you want to approve this motion. If you vote no, you don't want to approve. And of course, if anybody chooses to abstain, that's a valid vote as well. All
Point of
right.
order, Mr. President, point of order.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You must specify the phase numbers because one of the phases is not listed. Thank you.
Okay. Let me
Okay,
restate the motion. The motion is to replace the roofs at 5 pools, the 5 pool buildings, and that would be pools 1, 2, 3, 4,
and
and
6.
6.
5 was done less than a year ago, Dawn.
And I guess,
2015.
Right?
right, and I guess the towers was done at the same time. Is that correct?
2014.
Okay. Okay. So now